And Courtney hit on a few, right? Because we all know that there's low literacy rates, and it takes quite a bit of time. You know, Bruce Carmel's in the back of the room. He's probably the smartest guy when it comes to adult literacy. He'll tell you, hey, look, it's going to take somebody who comes in with a 4th or 5th grade reading level and get them up to grade, right? It's going to take years of investment, right? So that's one intermediary outcome. The other is, you know, we focus a lot on the GED, but there are other credentials that in the workplace count, yet they don't necessarily count in the outcomes, right? So, and P.S. we you know, industry recognized it's a very flexible term, but there are credentials out there that are of value and are seen as value. So how do we look at these intermediary outcomes? How do we look at, you know, grade gains along the way and come up with longer term strategies to address some of those issues for these youth?
I mean, this was some really great thoughts, particularly around kind of nonprofits cooperating and collaborating. But I want to also get to this point, the larger point about city agencies. And you know, as Commissioner Richter mentioned, the kind of whether it's ACS and DOE getting DYCD or HRA or SBS. All of these agencies have some responsibility either over kind of foster youth or the workforce development system. And, you know, Tom in his remarks mentioned the idea of maybe a task force or a working group among agencies. But, you know, I'm curious, is that something that you'd say maybe is a first step, or if not, what other things would move this forward?
I spent several years working at ACS, and I think one of the things that, you know, everyone looks at ACS as responsible for these young people and their families. And it isn't just ACS. None of these kids got into foster care because one thing happened. And I think to develop that understanding amongst city